DDD best deck.
First Paul.
Let's cook Garrett. Hi guys, my name is Bryce. Today at Locals I played DDD. So we'll talk about the card selections, the deck itself, and just my thoughts and theories on it. So first off, we'll start with the engine. So the new card, Zero Doom Queen. Yeah, Zero Doom Queen Machinex. Card's busted. When it's placed in scale, it'll place a dark contract from your deck. So it grabs a new support card and lets you summon from your deck. It's wild. It also has an effect in the pendulum, like in the extra deck after it's been blown up. If any of your DDD or dark contract cards are destroyed, it'll summon itself and then non-target pop a card. So card is very crazy. In addition to that, it's a 0 scale. So you can use it to pendulum summon. It's your best 1-card starter. Crazy. Next up is Savant Kepler. So your best normal summon, same thing. It's a 1-card combo. It's not as resilient as the Queen is, but very close. This deck is like, it's the same old DDD deck where it needs to go first pretty much to win. It has a hard time going second. And then if you interact with it correctly, it can struggle. However, the new support allows it to extend a lot further and have better 1-card starters. So this is your second best 1-card starter. Then for the extenders, DD Griffin. It's a pendulum monster. It has a generic clause that says if you control a DD monster, you can summon it from your hand. So that's really the most important part of this. Secondly, it's a 1 scale. It has effects when it's summoned from the extra deck or the graveyard. So just a great extender. You add this to go into your Link 3s and protect yourself. So very, very good. Second to this is the new Scale Surveyor. Same thing. It's an extender. The hardest part about this card is that it can only summon itself if you control a DD pendulum monster. So it can't just be summoned on top of or in addition to any other DD, but it needs a pendulum monster on the board. So it's a decent extender. It's not as good as Griffin, but it's close. Same thing, it can manipulate its scale. So it's a high scale, but you can change itself to 0 if you want. And then on summon, it can change itself to level 4. So there's some cool combos with that. And then if it's sent to the graveyard or added to the extra deck face up, you can bounce a scale, which is really good. Allows you to add back the Queen and continue. So the deck has a lot of manipulation as long as it doesn't have specifically timed interaction. So, but for the 1-ofs, a lot of the 1-ofs are like the OG 1-ofs. We'll go through those ones first. The most important is Savant Copernicus. This is a Foolish Burial on summon. This card, if it gets stopped, the deck slows down a lot. So it's a 1-of because you can search it off of almost anything, and then you can summon it off of one of the new dark contracts. So you only need 1. You don't want to normal summon it. Sometimes there's combos where you do, but card's really good. The next 2 are just your generic scales, Orthoros and Oblivion King. So Oblivion King is an extender. If you summon, it will summon a DD monster from your graveyard. You'll take some damage. Your opponent will take half damage, but great extender when you're going first. This card is a level 4 tuner in a scale, and it also is an extender in your hand if you take damage. So it's a great little 1-of. You don't want to see any more than that. So these are just to be placed in your scale from the Link 2. So the next one is Count Surveyor. This is kind of another extender. If you get interrupted, you can add this to your hand, get rid of a DD card in your hand if you need to get it in the graveyard, summon itself for free, and then search your Queen. So kind of crazy, but the reason I don't play any more than 1 of this card is because it does require a DD card in your hand in addition to that. It also creates a chain when it starts a chain when it does that. So Not the greatest starter because it's technically 2 cards. It's a great extender when you get interrupted, so it's in there. The next one is a new card, Lance Soldier. This is replacing Lamia from old versions of DDD. This card just summons itself from the graveyard. It level modulates, and yeah, that's about it. So very good card. Being able to summon itself back, go into a rank 4 or synchro, super strong. So that's a great one if it's necessary. The next is Necro Slime. Necro Slime, if you play DDD, this is a OG. You dump this off of Copernicus to fuse into one of your main extenders for the end board. So this card's really good. It's decent to be ditched off this or dumped off this. So it's not great to open with, but if you open this and this, it's fine. Last one, the most controversial card of all the one-ofs is Defense Soldier. This card is an additional extender depending on your opponent's interaction. So I'm going to shout out a channel right now. Different Dimension Dreamer. That's where I learned most of the combos for the deck. I'm not a master of the deck, but this card allows you to play through a lot of 2-card interactions. Without the Defense Soldier, it's a little lackluster. A lot of people play Nightmare Throne over this card, but I've found that having a DD name in addition to any one of your other DD cards is honestly better to have in your hand. Sometimes I've played with this being Nightmare Throne, and I open up, either the Queen or Kepler, and this would be another one of those. It's not as good as having this additional extender. So a lot of different one-ofs. This is the most controversial, but I felt like my experience with it has been really good. So that's it for the DD monsters. We'll go to the Dark Contract. So the OG Dark Contract with the Gate. So this searches any of your DD monsters. So it can add the Queen, literally anything in your deck. So this card's amazing. You can search it off of Copernicus, or you can place it off of Queen. Very good. So the deck has at least 9 1-card starters, and I might have more, but off the top of my head, it's 9. The next is the newest support. This card is crazy. You only need one of it because you can, again, place it off of your Queen or add it off of Copernicus. Or, sorry, add it off of Kepler, not Copernicus. But this pops a DD card on your field and then special summons a DD monster from your deck. So you'll place your Queen, activate, place your contract with the Zero King, pop the Queen, and then summon Kepler and continue. The deck and the combos change depending on what's in your hand, but that's your generic beginning to the combo. So, and then the last one is Dark Contract with the Witch. The reason I played this one is because it allows me to play through board breakers like Dark Ruler and Droplets. There we go, Droplets. So your extra deck monsters can negate spell or traps. This one specifically. So being able to respond to Dark Ruler or cards that don't let you respond with monster effects, you can start with this and then you can negate the spell or trap and defend your board. So this card's super good. It's also a generic pop, so you can ditch a DD card or a Dark Contract card from your hand and then target a card in the field and pop it. So all of these deal 1,000 damage to you on your standby phase. That happened a couple times today, but I've found that it doesn't happen often. Half the time, if you're going first, you establish a board state that's too difficult for your opponent to play through. So that's it for the DD stuff. For the non-engine, I'm very particular about my non-engine, but I played 3 Ash, 3 Fua, 1 Nib, and then I played Called By, Cross Out, and Triple Tax. Called By today was by far the MVP. My opinion on these cards is very strong. I think having these in your main deck is the correct way to build a deck, in theory. you want to play to your best optimal line, right? So you're hoping you are winning the die roll, and these cards help you always play through going first. And this deck needs to go first to win. So if you're going to try to always go first and play to winning the die roll, you have these. And then you also have cards in your deck for when you don't go first, when you go second. And those are Imperm, Impulse, and then the other hand traps. So Impulse is crazy. This deck is all dark. You don't care about the attribute lock. Imperm is a great board breaker. It's a great 6th card to draw. So it's better than drawing a Molcharmi, you know? So that's my opinion on these. I'm huge on these cards. A lot of people don't play them in their main. They sideboard them. I think you want to play optimally, even though you might 50% of the time you're going to win your dice rolls, 50% you're going to lose. So I think you should play to the out that when you win them, you're going to guarantee that you win. So because guaranteeing you lose is bad. So that's the non-engine. And then the extra deck. The extra deck is probably the most important part of the deck. First off, we start with 3 Abyss King Gilgamesh. You do go through 3 of this oftentimes. This card, being able to just link 2 of your guys away, get some graveyard effects, and then place your scales is just wild. So on link summon, he places 2 scales. And then if he's destroyed by your opponent's card effect or an attacking monster, he can summon any DDD from grave or extra, I believe. Yeah, extra deck or graveyard. So the card is wild. You need at least 2 of these to go through most of your main combos. The next one, new support, Sky King Zeus Ragnarok. This is your Nibiru protection. The deck has tons of lines that can play through Nibiru, so you're not worried about that anymore. This card allows you to negate Nibiru and continue. It also is just a negate of a monster effect in the hand, and it allows you to pendulum summon a 2nd time by popping one of your cards. So just crazy. Super, super good. Next one is Flame King Genghis. This card is a level 6. It's summoned off of the Necro Slime. It's an extender. You use him to go into one of your rank 6s. The next fusion that I play is one of the new supports. This card came up once today. It didn't really make or break the game. It was just another body to summon. This could be a Typhon, but I thought I'd play it because it's kind of cool. It's a Dark Ruler on summon, and then it can attack each one of your opponent's monsters once each. So it's all right. It's kind of cute when your opponent breaks your board and you go, okay, I'm going to summon a big guy and just attack over. So the next stuff is very important. Your Cursed King Siegfried. He negates a spell or trap card on the field. It's not a when, it's a during your opponent's turn effect. So it can negate anything at any time. Very good. It's a level 8, so you synchro into him. Another new card, level 6, First King Clovis. This card on summon can summon back a DD monster from your banish or graveyard, depending on if you have a dark contract on the field. I think initially it summons a banished monster, but then if you have a dark contract, it can be from the grave. It's level 6. It's an extender. You overlay these 2, and you can make your Caesar. So that's pretty much the line there with those 2. Next synchro is the Doom King Bright Armageddon. This card, on synchro summon, your monsters can't be targeted by your opponent's card effects, so it just protects your board. It also negates your opponent's monsters when they summon a monster. So if timed correctly and done correctly, you can negate your opponent's entire board and then protect your own. So this card's really good. Then the Caesar we already talked about. You overlay these 2. Most people know what Caesar does. This card's great. Rank 5, Marksman King Tell. This thing can be overlaid on top of a rank 4 DD or DDD monster. It's a soft, once per turn, when it's sent to the graveyard, it dumps a DD or Dark Contract card. So very strong. You use this multiple times in the combo and dump pieces that you need. So this card's great. You go into this on your 5th summon, so If they nib you, great. You dump the Necro Slime, you fuse away, you continue. So super good. Another new support card. Rank 4 King Solomon. It's an ignition effect that adds a DD card. So it can add one of your extenders, it can add another scale. Depending on what your opponent does, this card's great. So you overlay this first and then him on top and then go into your Link 2. So the last rank 4 is the Little Caesar. When this card is sent to the graveyard, you add a Dark Contract card from your deck to your hand. So you add usually the Dark Contract with the Witch to set it at the end of your combo. This card's great. It just searches a Dark Contract card. Really, that's about it. Last two. King Deuce Machinex. This card's crazy. You can exceed this over any DDD monster you control. You can only control one at a time, but it is a once per chain effect that says if your opponent activates a monster effect, you can either pop a Dark Contract you control or detach 2 material from this and attach that monster as material. So it doesn't negate the effects, but it just takes the body. And right now that's really good. Also, being able to overlay this on top of anything is just wild. It's a 3,000 beater, so you'll make your Link 2 to get rid of a body to search, and then you'll put this on top and set your Dark Contract and say pass. Super good. This thing saved me all day today. We're gonna run through one card combo with the new Queen Machinex. She's awesome. So we'll start with her. So place her in your scale, activate her. You'll place the new Zero King Dark Contract. You're gonna then pop your Queen and summon Kepler. Kepler effect on summon is going to add another Dark Contract. This is the one with the gate. Gate is going to add Copernicus. Add Copernicus to your hand and you'll normal summon Copernicus. On summon, he's going to dump Lance Soldier. You're going to then use Lance Soldier's effect to summon itself by popping a Dark Contract you control. So I usually pop the gate because you have multiple in your deck. This one's just better to have. And then it can level modulate anything on your field, including itself, up to the number of Dark Contract cards you have on the field and in the graveyard. So there's 2 here, so it can go up to level 4. Right here, you're going to overlay them into the new rank 4 Wave King Solomon. So right here, you're on summon 4. You'll use King Solomon's effect. You'll detach material and add a DD card. You're going to add the Griffin. From here, you're going to overlay into your King Tell. This is your 5th summon. If they nib you, that's awesome. You're going to dump a card off of King Tell if they nib you, and you can continue. So you lose 2 bodies, but you can continue, and the deck is totally fine. So if they don't nib you, you're going to Link 2 into Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh is going to be Chain Link 2. Sorry, Chain Link 1 will be King Tell. This is going to place scales. You're going to place your Orthoros and your Ragnarok in your scales. And then King Tell is going to dump your Necro Slime. Okay, from here, again, your opponent can nib you at this point, but you have your scales set up, you have an extender in hand, you've got extenders in the graveyard, so it's totally fine. You're going to summon Griffin here, and then you're going to Link 3. The reason we Link 3 here is because this card can negate a monster effect in hand. So now you are nib-proof entirely. So it can banish a DD monster and a Dark Contract in your grave. So you've got plenty of those and then 1 Dark Contract. And if you do that, it negates the effect. From here, you have a few different options depending on what your hand is. We're going to play like we have nothing else in our hand. So you can Pendulum Summon, or you can Fusion Summon. So Depending on what you do, it ends on a different end board. I like to go for the fusion summon here, so you can fuse Necro Slime and King Tell away, and go into your Flame King Genghis. On summon here, you can trigger your Ragnarok to summon a DD monster from your graveyard. So here you can summon a DD monster from your graveyard. You're going to summon Copernicus. On summon, Genghis is going to trigger, and you're going to summon back your Lance Soldier. So now you have a level 2, a level 4. You can synchro these. Go into King Clovis. Clovis effect, when it's summoned, it can target a DD monster that's banished and summon it back. So you're going to summon back your King Tell. This is a soft once per turn. You're going to use it to continue to dump stuff. So we'll summon it. And then we're going to overlay Genghis and Clovis into Caesar. And then from here, you still have not Pendulum summoned. So you can Pendulum summon. Right here, you have 2 4s you can Pendulum summon. We'll summon them out. This has an effect when it's Pendulum summoned. If you have an additional DD, a Dark Contract card, you can ditch it and draw a card. So super nice. Right here, you overlay. And go into the Wave King Caesar, the little guy. You're then going to link 2 with your King Tell and your Caesar. Go into another Gilgamesh. Chainlink 1, King Tell to dump. Chainlink 2, Caesar to add. Both of these are ashable, so the better one to resolve is King Tell. So this one just adds a Dark Contract. So you're going to add your Dark Contract with the Witch. And then you're going to dump your Defense Soldier. Okay, from here, you have a couple different options. One line can end on this and this, or this and this. Just depends on what you want. So we'll go through one of them. So first thing you can do is use Orthros' effect to pop itself and another Dark Contract on the field. You pop itself and a Dark Contract. And then you're going to trigger your Queen in your extra deck. Again, anytime a Dark Contract or DDD card is destroyed, it'll summon itself. And then you non-target pop a card. And then you can pop herself. When she's popped, she will go to the scale. So from here, you can activate your Defense Soldier in your graveyard. Banish it from your graveyard, and you can add a level 4 or any DD monster from your face-up extra deck or graveyard to your hand. So I add Griffin usually, and then you can Pendulum summon. So again, you can Pendulum summon these 2. Go into Siegfried, and then you can overlay this to Machinex, and you can set your Dark Contract with the Witch. So that's all off of one card. This is a monster effect negation in the hand, spell trap negate on the field. Caesar is a summon negate. This is a monster take. This is a pop. Yeah, so that's just off of one card. The deck has a ton of different lines. It all depends on what your additional extender is and what end board you're looking for. That's it for DDD. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching. If you have any concerns or questions about the combos, put them in the comments below. I'm going to shout out the channel again, Different Dimension Dreamer. He has 2 different videos on the singleton card combos and the 2-card combos and the certain interactions, and then some of the choke points of the deck. So yeah, thanks for watching.